This evening, the speaker that only a few of us have played before. I am hoping that the rest of you, if you have not heard her before, that you would also anticipate
Okay, thanks.
a great speech. Rosalyn Kahn is a distinguished Toastmaster and a three-time TEDx speaker. She's an author of 4 books, including Random Acts of Kindness, A Message for Tomorrow's Leaders, and her most recent bestseller, The Captivating Speaker, 25 Tips to Help Improve Your Speaking. She has been a Toastmaster for 20 years and has received over 40 awards. She was awarded Outstanding Faculty at Los Angeles City College for 2023. She was recognized by the Los Angeles Business Journal as a finalist for the Community Service Award for TV show Living Your Best Life, airing on KGNT Las Vegas. Our evaluator this evening is Toastmaster Median Mahon Henry. Toastmaster Mahon Henry, could you just give us an idea of what is expected for Distinguished Toastmaster Kahn's project, please? Did she? Yeah. Toastmaster Median? Please unmute.
My apologies. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the evening. A special good evening to our distinguished Toastmasters, our president, our area manager, and our specially invited guests. This evening, we'll be hearing from Rosalyn Kahn, who's doing her Pathways Project Level 3 Project 1, which is a project titled Connect with Storytelling. And there's nothing like a good story. So I'm looking forward to Ms. Kahn's, in 5 to 7 minutes, connecting with us her story. Her project is titled Master the Message with Passion and Purpose. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahon Henry. It's Rosalyn Kahn. K-A-H-N. I know we in Trinidad are very accustomed to the K-H-A-N, so you all have to get accustomed to that. Toastmaster Rosalyn Kahn, master the message with passion and purpose. Master the message with passion and purpose. Distinguished Toastmaster Rosalyn Kahn.
Master the message with passion and purpose. I remember the day they asked me what it was that I do. And I replied very succinctly, I help people to master the message with passion and purpose. Now, in order to understand what we're talking about in passion, in case you don't know what it means, I looked up on the dictionary and it said passion is an exuberant feeling that just draws you over the top, like the word, that is the word for today. I'm not good at my French, so don't hate me for it. But anyhow, it's passion. And when I teach my students to give a speech and the people I work with, I say, find something that you really care about, that you're really passionate about. And so I've selected 3 stories. Story number 1 is an award that I received as the outstanding faculty advocate in the whole entire state of California from the top to the bottom. And you might ask what I did. Well, there was an initiative on the ballot that would have helped part-time faculties get the equality that when there was cuts in the economy, they'd have an equal chance for their classroom. And setting the stage, this was a big area in Pasadena. There must have been 500 people there. There was every member of my family was there to see this wonderful award. And as I got up there and I took a deep breath and I can see myself standing out in front of that crowd, I said, there isn't a moment that I have been prouder than I am today to speak in front of all of you about this thing of equalizing the opportunity for part-time teachers to have their say in the world of teaching. And my heart was pounding 1,000 miles an hour. But I knew as I stood up there and I looked out over the crowd And I heard that round of applause. It was done. I delivered it. It was amazing. And when I finished, there was a gentleman who came up to me. He must have been the new incoming president overseeing the faculty of the whole state. And he says, Rosalyn, I'm really deathly afraid. I've got a speech coming up. What do I do? And I said, it's worse up here than it is in reality. Just focus on the message. And it was that day at that time when I told him those words, we became best friends. Nearly every time I do a post about speaking or something like that, there's his name. Congratulations. Oh my God, I can't believe you've done it. And so when we speak with passion, the world opens up to us. Now, it's not always happy occasions. So I want to take you to story number 2. Story number 2, my mother died. And I was up there giving a eulogy. And it went something like this. Ladies and gentlemen, most honored guests, today I'm here to tell you about my beloved mother. She was the one when I was 13 years old and I had to wash my hair and I couldn't do it. She'd be the one who encouraged me. She'd be the one that pushed me on. And suddenly, I lost my words. And the whole crowd is looking at me. They're staring at me. They're, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And then I continued. And I remembered when there were those periods of doubt and there was periods of things I didn't think about. My mother was there. She taught us housekeeping. She taught us cooking. She taught us cleaning. But most importantly, she taught us about caring about one another. I know my mother is no longer with us and she is still here in spirit and still here. And I want to give tribute to that wonderful lady who brought me into this world. And as I left that stage, my sister came up to me and said, I didn't think you could do it. I was wondering if you needed someone else to come up and help you. And I said, no, not at all. I was just collecting my thoughts. And so as I stood in front of my classroom, I said, this is a teaching moment. When you get up there and you give that speech, wherever that situation will be, if you forget those words, I want you to think of me on that stage, giving that message to my mother where my mouth stopped. And that pause is the most important thing that you can do to grab that audience, bring them in, make them listen, sit on the edge of their seats. What is she going to say next? What's going to happen? And then you give them the message that they've been waiting for. Now, the next one, this is extra, really special. This is my first TED Talk. And to give you the backstory, I practiced this speech more than I practiced any speech in my whole entire life. I must have written over 20 or 30 times and redone it and redid it and redone it and redid it and redone it and redid it and redone it and redid it. And I was still in the green room practicing right before I got it. And the lights came up and they went down and there I was and giving that speech and it was darkness. But I knew in my heart of hearts that I could feel that connection that was just bonding with each and every one of them. It was a moment that I crystallized in my mind forever. And when I finished that speech, the person who was the director looked over at me and he said, Rosalyn, you blew me away. That was the most incredible speech I've ever heard. And so today, we've talked about passion, about how you need to have passion in your speech, whether it be that speech that winning that award of the Faculty Advocate of the Year in the whole state of California, whether it be the eulogy that I gave to my mother, or giving that TEDx speech. May each of you find a speech that you're passionate about, that just brutals over the top and comes out the other side, and make that the purpose that you steer home with, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Rosalyn Kahn. Master your message with passion and purpose. And always remember the importance of that message and the importance of finding the speech that you're passionate about. And maybe all gets to the point where each message expresses